representatives from the Hilltop Legacy Junior Board will introduce themselves and say a few words. They will be followed by Steve Richards and Donald Tatera, Apple Valley Legacy Trail Project leaders, and then by Mayor Pro Tem Barb Stanton. So please give them your attention.
So hopefully this won't blow away while I'm talking. But hi everyone, my name is Brianna Frederick. I'm from the Academy for Academic Excellence.
And I'm Anna Martinez. I'm from Granite Hills High School.
And we're gonna kind of talk to you guys about what we've done at our schools to try to spread the word of this house on the hill.
So at Granite Hills, first off, we started off by going around asking students what they know about the Apple Valley Legacy Trail. And most of them didn't know anything at all. So we took the next step and decided to make a PowerPoint to show the students in each classroom what the Apple Valley Legacy Trail was about and what we aim to achieve. So after that, with the help of our teachers, we were able to recruit 27 students to be interns and help in whatever they could on the project. And so now that's what we did.
Now for my school, we had a somewhat similar approach, but yet it was still different. We decided to conduct a street interview with the students at our school to see who actually knew all about this project and what we're here to do. And as a result of the street interview, we got about 20 students. We're a small school, so that's actually a pretty good number. And we were able to put it together in a little movie to share at an assembly that myself and the other delegate from my school, Luke Rodriguez, hosted. We hosted an assembly all about this Hilltop House for about 400 students, grades 9 through 12, and this was at the end of last year. And in addition to this, us as a junior board were able to take a field trip just in June up to the house on the hill, with permission of course, we're legal. And we were able to kind of explore and see what this is all about, see it from a first-hand perspective, and hey, we want to be involved in this, and actually being there made a difference.
So being part of the Apple Valley Legacy Trail has been a great experience for me because I didn't know anything about the history of Apple Valley until now, and the goal is for everybody in the community to also get that opportunity.
Thank you for having us today, and I guess we're going to pass it to Mr. Steve Richard, or her. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ladies. It's wonderful to be with you this evening, and I am Mayor Pro Tem Barb Stanton. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm here on behalf of your council. The mayor is on vacation, so we hope he's having a great time sitting on a raft in the river or whatever he's doing right now. Also with us tonight is your councilman, and I've been calling him the architect recently because he's a 4-term councilman, well loved by this community, Mr. Scott Nassif. Scott, stand up. Oh, there he is. Along with his lovely wife, Susan. It's always good to see Susan, and she's kind of the architect behind the architect. We know how that goes, right? Also, our town manager, who's kind enough right here taking pictures. He's well trained, and we love him, Mr. Frank Robinson. That didn't sound right, because he's training us. He's such a great manager for our town. We're so proud to have him and have him very active in this project also. Thank you, Frank. Our town clerk, Lavonda, is here. We love Lavonda. She does a great job for us. She's kind of the one that keeps us legal behind the scenes. Who else is here? Jennifer Heim is here. So I know it's windy and we're all going, oh my dear word. But I thought we were going to be indoors too. I might have warned Levi, so forgive me. But all in all, this is a great event. This is a great time to see our community move forward once again. You can see I typed up something, so I'm going to kind of look at this. It's been about 3 years since a group of great people in our community became determined to secure a famous structure, which, as we all know, in its heyday, welcomed many of the most famous Hollywood stars of the time. The Hilltop House that sits right above us, you all know it, we know it. It's waiting. It's been waiting for a long time. The Apple Valley Legacy Trail Group has kicked up some real dust, some vision, some passion, and they've accomplished so much already. The Hilltop House, it is iconic. It's a presence in our town that when you drive through Apple Valley, strangers say, "What is that up there? What is that? What? You can't hear me? Oh, it's very loud here. Sorry, thank you for that. Let's keep it a little closer here. All right. Even among those who live here, the significance of the Hilltop House has nearly passed into one of conjecture sometimes. Even folks who've been here say, well, I don't know. What is it really? I've heard things. But we know. The people that are here tonight certainly know. This evening, we're here to congratulate the Apple Valley Legacy Trail Commission and Committee on bringing together such a wide cross-section of people and organizations that are supporting this effort. The steak fry, it represents the revival of a tradition, and a tradition that laid the foundation for so many special events in this town. Would you raise your hand if you've been involved in any way with these committees and the groups, and have you helped in some way? Look around you, folks. Now I want you to raise your hand if you're ready to help. How many are ready to help? Come on, I want to see some hands. How many are ready to spread the word? Well, that's a good start. That's a good start. Supervisor Robert Loving is here. How are you, Robert? It's nice to see you. The Town Council, I have some very exciting news, and that's really the reason I'm here. As further evidence of your town's support, it's not just talk. We're not just walking the walk. We do have a commitment to the Hilltop House, a passion that has been stirred by these citizens that said it's not enough to say it's just an old building falling down, what can we do? It's not enough to just let it pass through history and leave us behind. This group has set such a fire under our feet that your council, and under the direction and management of our town manager, who's done such a wonderful job, we today are proud to tell you that we have received, you, when I say we, it's all of us, a grant from the California Department of Parks and Recreation Land and Water Conservation Grant. We're going to match that grant. It's just a little grant, but it's a grant for $160,000. Yes, sir. Woo! So if my math is right, that's what, $320,000. That's a big step towards acquiring this house and moving forward. And with that said, I just hope that when the food gets here, we're going to enjoy that. And I know Marcy's all stressed out, but it's okay, Marcy, because these things happen. We just roll with the flow. And now the committee's coming forward to give you and share with you all of their great plans. Thanks for coming to town. We love you all.
I need to thank Marcy Taylor, the museum volunteers, Trina Seiverts, and a whole lot of other people who worked really hard on this steak fry. This was 6 months in the planning. We planned this before we had any idea of how the grants were going to fall, because we wanted to celebrate our community. And the grant information is wonderful, and we're excited about it. This began as property acquisition. We needed to acquire the property in order to create a pack-in, pack-out trail for our community. 3 years in, we're still looking to acquire the property. But we've covered a lot of ground with your help, with the town of Apple Valley, and a whole lot of other people and organizations who have really recognized their story in Hilltop House. And after all, that's what it's about. We've gotten to know the property owner over the last 3 years. He didn't want anything to do with us originally. He wasn't going to wait for car washes and whatnot. But we've gotten to know him. He appreciates the trail, and as a matter of fact, he was the main initiator of this pursuit of grants for land acquisition. Without him providing a will sell letter and his support, we would never be where we're at today. So Hilltop owner is our friend, and we're going to try to develop more relationship with him.
Hey, all right, that's good news.
As we've been on this trail, we've learned more about what we're trying to do, and one of the things we're trying to do is about placemaking. It's about understanding the story of Apple Valley, what our narrative is, what our cultural soul is from one generation to another, and taking that story like a brick and and setting it on top of that property because it's ours. And without our story up there, it's what it is today, and it needs our attention. The bottom line is it's about people. And the people who have come out of the weeds and the woodwork to be part of this reclaiming of this hilltop has been amazing. The state officer who came down and ultimately awarded the Land and Water grant is Christelle Erickson. Wonderful lady. Frank Robinson and the town staff gave her a tour of Hilltop a few months ago. She was totally impressed. What people don't know is she came down on her own 3 months before that on her own time and walked that to take it in for herself. And like everybody else, she started out the bottom. Highway 18 is hustling and bustling. By the time she started up the trail, the quiet started setting in. History, the echoes of history started setting in, and she could see our community enjoying this amenity in the middle of our town. Families walking, joggers, people enjoying. She finally got to the top, and there was a young man, probably 15 years old, with a ukulele serenading his girlfriend. She said, "Who was the ringer who sent the kid with the ukulele?" She's an advocate of our project, and she's been a real hero to help out. The other part I just want to close is the junior board. These high school kids, Tom Hogerman mentioned that if these kids don't want this, if they don't see it, then there's no way to sustain it generationally. And so we've met with this junior board 3 times prior to when school ended this year, and they're awesome. First meeting, they kind of sniffed us out. We're a bunch of old people. They didn't quite get what we were doing, but they went and they studied it themselves. We gave them a task to create a mission and a name and a logo for their own organization. And we were going to make it a contest. Whichever school had the best one, that was the one that they would choose. When they did the competition, they decided rather than one school to win, they were going to take pieces of each school's logo and combine it into one. That is unity, and that is awesome coming from these kids, and this community can use unity right now, and hopefully the trail is part of that. Thank you for your time.
He's Steve Richard. Both of us are co-founding members of the Apple Valley Legacy Trail. I blame it all on him, the brain trust behind this. Both of us drink the Kool-Aid, and many of you know you also drink the Kool-Aid as well. Thank you, sir. I want to thank everyone that is here tonight. Everyone from, you just learned about it through a flyer, through a newspaper ad, through Facebook. Also those from council, town manager, Tom Hogerman, our school superintendent is here as well. We have newspaper people is here as well. Renee, thank you.
Yay, Renee!
Yay, Renee. We have council. We have everyone here representing a wide variety of people. That's what the Legacy Trail is all about, repurposing, reclaiming that property. What will be a pack-in, pack-out trail also. Okay, it's all good. I'm here to talk numbers. Without your help, we can't make this happen. What we've done so far without owning the title to the property is amazing. In 3 years, a grassroots group of people have gotten together. We've gotten an amazing grant writer. We've gotten the cooperation of the town. We've gotten the cooperation of a number of people, and we've achieved a number of milestones. The Apple Valley Legacy Trail, what started out as an idea, let me tell you some of the numbers here. We have over $4,500 of community donations to date. We have a very conservative, and I have to add a 1 in front of this, we have $95,000 in professional in-kind services. I have to say that's at least $195,000. We have $5,000 in a Trevor Bennett Scholarship Foundation award from the High Desert Community Foundation. These are all without owning title to that piece of land behind me. We also have $155,085 grant from the Mojave Desert Air Quality Management District. Did you know about that? That's amazing. They gave it to us so we can do what we need to do. Yes, a round of applause for that. There's also a grant that we had a matching grant through the town of Apple Valley. Our grant writer was hired by the town with their foresight and wisdom. It's a matching grant for $160,000. The town has to kick in $160,000, therefore making it $320,000.
Not has to. Willingly.
They willingly volunteered. There you go. Sorry, wrong word choice. But that $320,000 added to. Yeah, that's my wife throwing me under the bar cart. Thank you. Add those grants up. To date, we're at over $580,350 to date in grant money we have in hand without owning title to the property. Thank you all. Thank you all for all of your support. And yes, we will take checks on your way out. It's all good. Thank you. If any of you know of anyone that is interested in helping us, that's what we're here for. We want to make this dream continue, this event to be a continuing event as well. I can't thank Marcy enough for what she's done. I know she's stressed out, but thank you, Marcy. We love you.
Sunny weather, happy trails to you till we meet again. Happy trails, everybody. Until we meet again.